Damn, chat. Need some better lighting in the still blurry as shit, bro. Don't piss me off. Alright, today right now is January 1st, 1:49 p.m. 2026. Alright. I do believe in manifestation, alright? I feel like I've manifested every single thing I've ever wanted in life, except for $1 million. I've been trying to get that motherfucker for a minute. But I just want to talk to you guys about, I don't know, my plan. This year is going to be the greatest, no, hold on, my bad. The greatest year of my life. 100%. I got a lot of stuff on the way, and honestly, nothing creative. Got some miracles on the way. Y'all gonna find out sooner or later, right? But we gonna start 2027 in the craziest place, because everything we do this year is gonna pay off. Every day I want to wake up and I want to take action that, you know, pushes me closer to where I want to be. And I want to, honestly, I want to make myself a better person. I feel like in life, like I've been like a really good person a lot of times. Trying to keep my head on straight for it's hard. It's super hard, to be honest.
Let go. Let's do it.
Yo, no one asked to see me this close up, and no one asked. I asked the camera to focus, but it just doesn't want to. Like. So the way I'm gonna achieve my goals, all right. First step, no excuses. One thing about myself and one thing about a lot of people is that when things go wrong, you find excuses. When you know exactly what you have to do, you find excuses to not do that in the moment of. No more excuses. Gotta be locked in. Gotta be serious. You know what I'm saying? Second, live for yourself. All right. I realized the mistake I made last year was throwing everything I wanted to do for myself, threw it off to the side because I was helping my friends, I was managing and stuff. But it's like, you know, I got to the point where I was believing in people so much that I was forgetting to believe in myself. And it got to the point where, like, even now, like, I'm very doubtful, very hesitant, very, you know, almost scared to put out, you know, certain things, almost scared to do the exact same things I'm doing for other people with myself. And like, I've been told so many times and I've learned so many times that, like, bro, if I wasn't thinking so hard, like, if I was just focusing, just putting out like art, just putting out creativity, putting out content, putting out positivity, like, I would have already been where I've been trying to get. And that's a fact. So live for yourself. And that doesn't mean be selfish. All right. My name, Greed. I took the name Greed because I felt like it was the only sin out of all the 7 big ones that I don't suffer from. I'm not a greedy person. I'm not a selfish person. I'm not a thief, and I'm not a snake. And I've never been any of those. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying be selfish. I'm just saying some people forget to think about themselves. And even if you are being a good person and, you know, you're helping people, you're doing whatever for people, you're doing bare things out of love, don't forget to also love yourself. You do those same things out of love, but for yourself, you know? Okay, chat. We're still barely focused, like literally, like mentally, like visually, like, okay, what were my 3 tips? I said, no excuses, live for yourself, and you always need a third one. Everything comes best in 3s. Yeah, I got it. The third one, hold on. Don't get comfortable. Yeah. One big problem I had last year, I started making a decent amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, I started making good money, but I would get comfortable. You know, I'd make a certain amount of money, I'd see a certain check, and now, like, I don't feel like I have to go to work today, or, you know, get a decent check, and I feel like, oh, I could spend a little more, you know what I'm saying? But like, these are the habits that keep you in the loop of, fuck, I'm broke, fuck, I got money, fuck, I can spend money, fuck, I'm broke again. You know, couldn't say a nigga was broke at any time. I've kind of moshed up my life in a way where I have a lot of expenses, but at the same time, if I stayed focused, if I didn't waste 100 there, 100 here, if I didn't waste a 20 there, 20 here, if I didn't waste a freaking, cause like, you have to remember 100 pennies make $1. You know, now I'm just yapping, I'm not gonna lie, but stay focused, don't get comfortable, and always work your freaking hardest, because it's gonna pay off more than if you worked your ass off and then chilled for a bit. Because you have to remember, for all the time you were chilling, you're not getting paid. For all the time you should have been locked in on your craft, you should have been writing, or you should have been painting, or you should have been recording, or you should have been dancing, or you should have been working out. All that time that you took off doesn't leave you in the same spot. It's just slowly, you're just getting set back. Versus the guy who never stopped working, you guys are both going up, now you chill. He's going up, you think, yeah, it's blessed. Really what's happening is, boom, you're decaying. Now you start working again, boom, you're decaying. Now you start working again, boom, you're decaying. You gotta always stay locked in. Real shit. Don't slow down, don't ever get comfortable, and don't ever look at your position, don't ever look at your seat and think it's a throne. until you're really the king, you know what I'm saying? Until you really have the crown on your head, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever fucking look around at your little den and be like, okay, like I'm blessed. Like, don't ever be comfortable with your situation. Always stay locked in, always stay focused. These are the 3 things, my 3 rules to make this year the best year of my life. And I don't really have much else to talk about, but thank you guys for watching, yo. And I want to put out way more content. This year I'm focusing on content and clothing. All right. Get my racks up, invest in the clothes. People have been asking for new Love Cane. I've been slacking, straight up, been slacking. Been putting my money in way other places, or way more other places, you know, when I should have been focusing on Love Cane, because no matter what, like a sweater can't go bad. That's gonna sit there and it's gonna sell eventually. Now I have people asking me for sweaters I don't got, you know, asking me for trackies I don't got, jackets I don't got, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta lock in, I gotta figure out my manufacturing situation, etc, etc. Then with the content, I just gotta get out of my shell, like get out of my shell, get comfortable going on roads and like not like fucking with people, but like, you know, being comfortable being like, I don't know, it's just something about me when the cameras turn on, I'm just not as, you know, but I just gotta get, I'm working on that, I'm working on living like Larry, man, you know? Only wanted to focus, living like Larry, man. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all for tuning in. It's Clout Crazed, aka Greedy, aka Greed, aka Ziggy, aka, you know, the government, if you know it. How should I end this? Fucking, I don't know. Love? Okay. And fucking, like and comment what you're gonna do to make this year the best year of your life. And that's etc. I just been getting so bad. Bad bitches on me, but it's not that big. I just been losing my brain.